Hey, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the brothers that teach in this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the one-third sincere listeners. All right, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father.
Organizations, and not only just
who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This gospel, this truth, all right, salvation is for the Israelites, who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, and the ones scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth that may look like the other nations, but your spirit resonates with this truth. All right, this gospel is true. The kingdom of heaven is for you. Now, I'm going to title this video Judah's lack of identity and affinity to being Greek, right? So pretty much, which made me want to harp on this topic, partially because I'd watched this video, and I might let a few moments of this video play for a little bit, just to chime in and jump in and whatnot, and then I'm going to bring out some scriptures. But I was pretty much just meditating on how lost the tribe of Judah is, and their current state and their current situation, and pretty much them trying to find their identity, and although there's nothing new under the sun, this is pretty much, to them, this is the closest thing that they could do to find their identity, whether they knew it or not, right? Some of these people in the upper echelons of these different fraternal orders, they might know that these customs go back to the Greeks and they were actually there. But most jakes that are in part of these things, they probably don't even know, man. You know what I mean? And really the tribe of Judah, mainly dealing with the tribe of Judah. All right, why do I say mainly dealing with the tribe of Judah? Judah, they have dealing with America. All right, of course, there's Judites. All right, there's Judites across the four corners of the earth. We know that. But the so-called African American, which is of the tribe of Judah predominantly. All right, they feel that they lack an identity. And why do I say this? Well, if you ask a Caribbean black what's their background, they'll say, "Oh, I'm Jamaican," so they have a land to go back to. Or you ask a Dominican, right, what's their background, they'll tell you, "I'm Dominican and this is my homeland," which is, not necessarily their homeland, but you know what I mean, for lack of better terms, right? Puerto Rican, they have the island of Puerto Rico, they can go back to Puerto Rico, travel back and forth. Oh, this is my homeland, my people come from here, right? You ask Judah where they come from, they really don't know. Ultimately, they feel like they don't really have an identity. And the thing is, Judah's heritage and identity, part of what they do, has been so mainstream that the world is almost detached from the significance of Judah, because they expect Judah to do these things. So they don't understand that Judah's greatness is just expected in this world, and it's just, yeah, we just do it, and people don't even think of it as no big deal anymore. You see LeBron, yeah, he's supposed to do that. Yeah, it's LeBron, and we have another LeBron coming, Anthony Edwards. You know what I mean? He's supposed to take his spot. That's just what we do. It is what it is. It's nothing to us. All right, and I'm just saying on a low level, like, this is just, we're a great people overall. You know what I mean? Starting with the tribe of Judah, right? But Judah, they feel like they don't have an identity, so they need to gravitate towards something. And this is why a lot of Judites, they gravitate towards becoming a Greek. Now, I'm not saying other tribes are not in the into these fraternal orders, because they are, all right, especially Southern Kingdom, right? But I feel like Judah is a main proponent of this, right? Especially in America, right? Now, you had Jakes that were part of the Greekish fashion, taking part in the Olympics, and still to this day from the different tribes, especially in the Southern Kingdom, right? Benjamin and Judah, right? So you did have Jakes being Greeks in different fashions, but in terms of like fraternal orders and cults and stuff like that, Judah, I'd say Judah will predominantly be a part of these different cults. Now, I'm gonna just go tell a story, right, based off of what I know, what I've seen, and whatnot, and my experience actually in college as well, right? Because I actually went to school in the States, right? That I did 4 years down there, and basically my experience. I'm going to speak on my experience of what I saw these different fraternities and whatnot. But this story begins. I think it was my senior year of high school, and I had traveled to the United. I traveled to North Carolina for a track meet, right? Taking part in the quote unquote Olympic stuff, right? So obviously I was in the world, whatnot, and whatever. You know, you're young, whatever. You don't know anybody. Nothing wrong with sports and staying fit, right? It is what it is. Anyways, so I traveled to North Carolina for a track meet. I forget the name of it, but basically all top high school athletes, they go here, right? And whatever. I'm not gonna talk about the meet itself, but you know, we're staying in a hotel and whatnot. So I'm with my guys, whatever, on my team and stuff like that. We're walking around the hotel. There's a whole bunch of people, people at the track meet, girls there, whatever, right? So we're walking around looking for girls and whatnot, and we meet a group of girls and whatever. We're talking to them, and, making small talk. Oh, what's your background? Where are you from? Whatever, right? One girl said, "Oh, I'm Jamaican and this," and the other girl said, "I'm Italian or whatever." And we asked another other girl her background. She said, "I'm just black," and she kind of said it in a way like she was kind of ashamed, like like she didn't know what else to say because that's just exactly what she was in a sense. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, that's what's up, like, right? And it's not like we're ignorant to the fact, but it's just what it was. But her response though is could almost speak for a lot of Judites, a lot of African Americans, when you ask them what their background is, because all they know is being so-called black, so-called African American, so-called FBA, if you will, right? That's all they know. You see what I'm saying? And so, they might feel away because they don't have an identity or culture to hold on to, which they do have an identity and a culture to hold on to some degree. Like I said, I made mention of it, but it actually goes further than the surface level stuff that you see that's mainstream about the greatness of our people, man. But it's really our people. We're the Israelites, right? And that's really our customs. See what I'm saying? So fast forward, right? That same girl, high school, met her in high school, right? She ended up going to my college. So we were actually on the same track team eventually, right? My college in the States. She ended up going to the same college or whatever. And pretty much in the cafeteria, we were talking about like it was cafeteria talks. Everybody sits at the table and everybody talks shit or whatever and say whatever they say, right? So somebody was pretty much talking shit. A dude was talking shit about. It's a Jake, right? He was Benjamin, whatever. He was pretty much like talking shit about men or people joining a frat. And I would never do that shit. That shit is whack. Da 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 da. You feel me? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't see the significance of it either. I don't, and, I wasn't really weighing heavy into the situation, but I could agree. Like, why do I want to get my eyes beat, or you know what I mean? Why do I need all this for validation? Why do I need to join this to get, some clout, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? And so she's at the table too, and she's hearing that, and she pretty much got pissed. Like, she got pissed at the dudes. Like, if people want to do that, let them do that. If they want, you know what I mean? If they want to get involved with that, it shouldn't be an issue, basically. Like, so she was riding for that. People becoming a Greek or whatnot. You know? So, long story short, fast forward, right? I'm scrolling on social media now. This is like maybe a week ago. I'm scrolling. I see the same girl. I see that she pledged, right? So she became part of the sorority or whatever, right? And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video and this video here that you see here. But I see that she pledged, and I see that not only that she pledged, but she has family members that pledged. So her mother, I think her sister or something like that, and her now. You see what I'm saying? So it goes to show that she took some form of oath, right? So whatever rituals they got to do, they keep that all whatever. They keep that all like hidden in secrecy, because you got to be down, and you can't be exposing the secrets. You take an oath. So whatever she did to finally be a part of that, you know, she made a choice, right? And she's a Judite, right? So that was the point I'm trying to make. Like, it was always in her spirit to become a Greek, so to speak. It was always in her spirit to be Greek. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let this clip play, and all right, maybe I grab a scripture, and then I'll let Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God, Yahweh. Right? Okay? Because right now we're being told we're not God's chosen people, so our people are turning to other things and other philosophies, right? Foolishness. You see what I'm saying? Let's get Genesis 49 on Judah. Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Yeah, why is that? Because they're the head tribe. So the majority of the tribe ain't gonna wake up until the tribe of Judah wakes up fully. You see what I'm saying? And the elect of the tribe of Judah. Okay? Because Judah has to wake up, start some shit, for the rest of the tribes to start kicking off and realizing, yeah, we're brothers, you know? We gotta kick off and start some shit too, so to speak, spiritually, you know? But it says, right now we're that couched lion, or just chilling. Judah, Judah just chilling, they don't want no problems, you know? That's Judah, man. Just cooling. You feel me? You know? But it's gonna be a time where they gotta get back into that warrior-like spirit. You see what I'm saying? And Judah is the head tribe. All right, that's where Yahweh Shai. That's where who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ comes from. All right, the conquering Lion of Judah. All right, that's Yahweh Shai. That's the tribe that he comes from. Okay. So let me click this video and play it for a little bit, and then grab some scriptures as well.
D9, but also at white schools as well. And after doing my research, I was surprised, but they even have you could do research as opposed to the rituals that you have to go through for these D9 organizations. And not only just D9, but also at white schools as well. And after doing my research,
so D9 is the Divine Nine, right? So these are the different sororities and fraternities that make up the D9. I'm not really gonna get too deep into this, but this looks like a substantial website nonetheless. That's bringing out surface level information. But as you can see here, you have the list of the different fraternities and sororities. It says, who are the Divine Nine? What do they stand for? And how they influence performing arts? And there's a reason why this video is going to be a little bit longer than most, but it is, I mean, through the spirit, we'll see. But the reason why I'm doing this video is because I actually want to talk about being around these so-called members of these different fraternities, so to speak. You know, so I'm gonna let that video play, and hopefully I get back to talking about being around these certain individuals. All right. But yeah, they have the names here: Alpha Phi, Alpha Pi, whatever, Alpha Fraternity, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Delta Sigma Theta, Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, Sigma Gamma Rho, Lambda Phi Theta. All right, and I'll go back to occultism and witchcraft. All right, and honestly, this video is gonna break it down. So
research, I was surprised, but they even have Latin, they even have Latino fraternities as well. And I'm like,
and I can agree to that as well, because when I was at my school, my college, there was also Latino and Latino fraternities and sororities as well. All right, so that's just to show you that that we're that Jake always wanted to be Greek, whether they knew it or not. You know, Jake always wanted to find a way to be a Greek, or or you know, Northern Kingdom just envying Judah, right? So wanted to do the same thing as what Judah does. Okay, so yes, they do have that as well.
wow, this is crazy. So
And I will say, like, I never knew I never knew what any of that was until I got to college. Like, I've never heard of these things, honestly. I think I watched Stomp the Yard, but it went over my head. You know what I mean? All that Spellman and all them school that shit there. When I watched that movie, all that shit went over my head. I didn't really understand what was going on for real. All right. I didn't realize that these were pretty much gangs on college. I didn't realize these were college gangs and occultic gangs, so to speak. You know what I mean? Till I became more privy and learned the truth and whatnot, right?
So with that being said, Caleb Wilson, I hate that it happened, but after it happened, it really opened up my eyes to wow, this is a cult. This is more than a fraternity. This is more than a gang. I already knew they were a gang, but I never knew they were a cult. And shout out to the comment sections. We're about to go through a couple comments from the last video because everybody, if you go to college, I'm gonna tell you for real, don't even go to an HBCU. And I'm gonna say this again: do not go to a HBCU because at the end of the day, in the real world, unless you live in Atlanta, unless you live in places like Houston or Prince George's County, that's not a representation of the world. And if you want to be around the real world, you got to be around everybody. Now, with that being said, it said you'll be surprised how many black men are accused. Listen, I'm just gonna stop it right there. And he said his coach, his ex-coach is one. And his son even talked about becoming one like a dummy. He's blindly following his dad. Well, they say the blind lead the blind. And I'm gonna say this again: the blind lead the blind. And not only that, in the rituals, which you guys could actually go and check this out online, they blindfold you. And I'm gonna say this
Yeah,
again.
they show you that in movies. They have fraternity movies, HBCU fraternity movies on the American Netflix. I don't think they have it on our Netflix. So what you'd have to do is you have to change your VPN. I forget what the movie was called because, ironically enough, um, we had all we were watching whatever, like whatever, man. Fuck it. All the track team was all watching movies, whatever, and the same girl I was telling you about, she had that movie playing. See what I'm saying? About and then and it was a Jake that died in the movie, so he got sacrificed. He's pledging to be part of the movie. So she knew that this is what comes with the territory. Like a nigga could die, so she was with that. So she's a wicked woman. You know what I mean? And I know the bitch. She is wicked. I ain't go. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold back. She is wicked, but she knows that death could be a part of this. So imagine the rituals that she had to do in order to become what she is now, so to speak. That's the point I'm trying to make. This shit is real. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take. Not to say it doesn't take much to become a mason, so to speak, but you know, or part of a lesser luminary. So not a mason, but a lesser luminary. It doesn't take really much to become a lesser luminary. All you gotta do is pledge and invest and know what you're getting yourself involved in, right? So from time her mother is one, her sister is one. She already knows kind of what it's about. But imagine her mother being one, her sister being one, and not being able to let her know the full in depth of the ritual she had to take place. But she was still willing to go through it anyways, and then finding out, oh, I had to do this ritual in order to pledge, right? She then realized, oh, so now she's, but then she's not even looking at her mother or sister in no funny way. Because some people are just wicked, they're just down. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I mean? You have to look, I mean, he said it's there. You see what I'm saying? But, hey, I also had a cousin, his cousin pledged, right? Said he got his ass beat. Yeah, it's part of the ritual. Get your ass beat and all that shit. Niggas gotta see if you're down, right? All that weird shit. I just never seen you know. But that's Jake. That's Judah. That's Judah, man. That's Jake, I should say. Southern Kingdom. That's Judah. Whatever. Synonymous sometimes, right? But you gotta wonder, right? Like that same my cousin's cousin that pledged, right? His dad, he's in the feds for life. He never grew up around his father for real. You see what I'm saying? So in his mind, he's thinking, oh, this is a place where I have brotherhood, I have leadership, direction. There's a lot of lost souls. There's a lot of lost sheep, man. That's why we're lost sheep. Israel is a lost sheep, man. You see what I'm saying? I can get over, being raised by your mom all your life. In your mind, you need some sense of direction or order. So you might join the military, or you're gonna join a fraternity as a man, right? You see what I'm saying?
When you go through the rituals with the fraternities, and I know a lot of people watch my content from all over the world, but we got some young people here in America that might think about joining this. But I just want to say they literally blindfold you. So not only is the blind following the blind, but they literally blindfold you.
Yep, that's part of the ritual too, right? What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing that you can't see? You see what I'm saying? What type of sick shit is going on, right? And don't get me wrong, Esau has his fraternities and sororities too. All right, because you niggas, you want to be like the so-called white man, but you can't get into his fraternities and sororities. So you have your own shit. You have the Boule, right? Boule Divine Nine, right? These different HBCUs, right? They tell you not to go to these different HBCUs, or these, whatever. Go if you want. But anyways, let me get this scripture and then I'm gonna play. Uh, this is First Maccabees 1:10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Right, and this is pretty much how our people became Greeks, man. You see what I'm saying? Wicked men like Jason, wicked ass niggas, making a covenant with the heathen and joining doing their customs, right? And you didn't always you always had Jake making deal with the heathen, man, before the Greeks. All right, you had Jake making deals in Egypt, right? You had Jake making deals in Babylon, okay, Persia. You should have anywhere we went, man. You had Jake making heathen amongst these different kingdoms and heathens. So this device pleased them well. The certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king and gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Right? Who knows, man? I don't know. Probably one of these fraternal orders. All right, they got to sew back on their foreskin. That's part of the ritual. Sew back on a piece of foreskin. Who knows? Right? I don't fucking know. If you're already circumcised, who knows, right? Because that's what Jake was doing anyways, right? So there's nothing new under the sun. Why wouldn't Jake find a piece of skin and sew it back onto them, man? Onto their ride, because they're wicked. They want to be Greeks, right? You see what I'm saying? Certain things don't have to be searched out. Certain things just in the spirit, man. Right? Whether you take it as you want or not, it's not it's not doctrine, but take it as you want, man. You know. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. All right, uncircumcised in the mind, right, and physically as well, right? Uncircumcised in the mind and physically, okay, and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. All right, you get the point. Okay, so all right, this is how our people became Greeks. All right, it's hard-headed, stubborn, and rebellious. Right? Hosea 4:6. And it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God Yahweh, I will also forget thy children. Right? So the Lord was going to forget us. All right? Because we rejected him and his laws, and our people reject him to this day. All right? So We can't cry when a nigga die, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It says, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change the glory into shame, right? Right. So, you know, you give Jake some coin in this place, you build them up, they're gonna do more wickedly, right? They don't care to serve the Lord. They don't want to take the low route. They want to live side by side with Esau, the hand joined in hand, right? And have the perks of an Edomite, so they sell out, right? But the thing is, what they don't understand is that they're Jake, they're Israelites. So there's a righteous, even though you're wicked, you're still the seed of the righteous. So you know right from wrong. So you can't take part of the rituals and go to sleep at night, man. You're gonna bug out eventually, or you're gonna see it in your countenance. You know, you're gonna know something's not right. You're gonna know something's not right. You know you shouldn't be doing these things. That's why you do things. That's why you guys are doing these things in secret. You're doing your rituals in secret, right? Um, yeah, I said I was gonna talk about pretty much my experience with members of these fraternal orders at on campus. And I'll tell you, man, these guys, they come off as cool, the coolest guys, like cool guys. They, you know, real genuine dudes. They see you, they'll dap you up. Yo, what's good, bro? Blah blah blah, right? And they just come off as like cool, genuine dudes. And the reason why they do that is because these guys are cool. Like, yeah, maybe I want to see what they're about. But they don't sell. They're not gonna sell you. Oh yeah, join. They're not gonna tell you, oh join. They're just gonna be over authentic, like overly authentic, but not like try hard because they're Jake, right? So they're supplanting. They're supplanting you. And I was never enticed to do this. I'm just speaking off my experience, right? So, but what they do is that they just come off as real authentic guys, just cool, chill. Everybody rocks with them. You know what I'm saying? And they really are cool. Like, dap you up. What's good, bro? Da 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 da. Cool guys, so to speak, right? But that's all part of the facade and the trap, honestly, because they want you to join, right? So they're gonna play it that way, right? And they're also gonna act. They're gonna give the appearance of righteousness, so to speak. They're gonna act like they're doing good and good for the community, and but really behind closed doors they're doing wickedness, and that's all part of the act. So they all have to act. That's the point I'm trying to make. These guys are all actors, right? So you can't get caught by these things, you know? The nigga woman, the high yellow nigga woman, you know?
So that should tell you something. And I was surprised how many guys are accused, and we're going to talk about this next. And somebody left a comment. They said, James 5:12, but above all, my brothers, do not swear either by heaven or by earth or by
All right, let's
the
leave
works
this.
from the enemy.
Let's leave the
You already
scriptures
get
out of it.
announced the oath because you
ain't
guys
here to
access to computers.
break down
So
nothing.
a lot of people that cross before access to computers, I feel you. And the reason I say I feel you is because you didn't know what you were getting into. And sometimes that's how a scam works. If it's 10 details, they only tell you 9. But now that they have the internet, I wonder if Caleb Wilson actually took the time to read the ritual. And this is Ray Lewis right here. I never knew Ray Lewis was a Q, but you see him with the Psalms 91 shirt. This is why when people talk about God, I really don't listen, because he got the Psalms 91 shirt, but then he's throwing up the Omega symbol. Make it make sense. How you gonna have on a Psalms 91 shirt, but then throw up the Omega symbol? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. You took an oath to Omega. You are a son of Omega. Why are you bringing Psalms 91 into this? And not only that, but in the ritual, they actually make you read Bible scriptures in the ritual. So half of it you think is godly, but it's really not godly. And then Michael Jordan. So wow. Listen, it's never too late to stop learning. At the age of 39, I just found out Michael Jordan was a Q. So now it makes sense why they promote him. Now it makes sense. Don't you want to be like Mike? If I had known Michael Jordan was a Q, Damn, I would have never watched the Bulls play basketball. You're watching a cult leader in the NBA. He's in a cult. All D9 is a cult. And I'm making this video because even though I don't care for fraternities and I never care for fraternities, some people, we need to stop the rituals from happening. We need to stop because, like I said, if you're in a fraternity, it's a secret organization. You never stop and think, wow, they have secret organizations on college. Yes, college has nothing to do with
Well, who did these guys look like? Who do these guys remind you of? These guys remind me of Israel. Well, really, Israel United in Christ remind me of these guys. You know, IUIC with the black, purple and gold, man. Okay. And I wonder why they chose. I wonder why IUIC ended up choosing those colors, right?
education. It's an opportunity to initiate the next quote unquote leaders of tomorrow. The weak elites, they can't do this by themselves. They need to keep on recruiting. The devil need more soldiers in his army. And it's crazy because I seen this guy with 50 cents at the White House. Come to find out, he's a part of Omega Psi Phi. So shout out to that comment as well. You'll be.
So on the AI overview, says purple and gold often together are frequently associated with royalty, wealth, luxury, and power. What kind of power? You gotta ask yourself, right? Power given by Satan. Purple, historically a rare and expensive dye, and gold, a precious metal, both symbolize high status and opulence, right? That's why you even see. That's why the Lakers have the colors they have, because LA represents high status and living in that area, right? A lot of rich, wealthy people, right? Millionaires, so to speak. So that's what IOIC wants to uphold, right? That image.
Surprised. Yes, I am surprised. I have to say, I am surprised. And this guy's talking about the civil rights movement. Let me tell you guys something about all the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks, all of them was D9. All of them. So everything you learn in history about African American history, it's over. It's tainted. It's all false. These people were all compromised. They were all controlled. They all took the oath. And they do not care about you. And we're going to talk about community service last. But you see him with the hat on, now you see him with 50 Cent. I told you, the music industry, Sean Combs, get into the Greek, it's all the same. Doesn't matter if you make music, it doesn't matter. The Kappas, they thought the same symbol that Chris Brown and Drake throws up. It's all the Greek. You guys have to understand. The Deltas, they thought the same symbol as Jay-Z. You see what I'm saying? It's literally all the same. They're all in the same industry, and it's sad because people thought the civil rights was real. They thought Martin Luther King was really real. They thought he really had a dream. Martin Luther King ain't had a dream. He sold you a dream. And I'm gonna say this again: Martin Luther King did not have a dream. He was a good speaker, and he sold you a dream through public speaking. Nothing more, nothing less. And last, I want to talk about community service. At the end of the day, if these people stop gatekeeping and start telling people the truth, that in order to get here, we had to go through a cult and we had to take an oath and we had to swear on a Bible that we will keep these secrets private forever. That's what they have to do in a ritual. You guys, I don't understand how Caleb Wilson died. Like this, like until something else happened, this is my final word.
At the end of the day, the Lord killed that nigga. You know what I mean? Because he wanted to be a follower, right? He didn't want to be his own man, right? He didn't want to seek the proper counsel from Yahweh Bashim Shai, from the men that are out here teaching this truth. He probably heard the truth. He scoffed. The Lord took his ass out, man. All right, that's the way you gotta start looking at the, you know, yeah, because of these people's actions, but sometimes it's because these people scoffed at the word. So you gotta start looking at it that way too. When you see people getting put to death and taken out, you gotta keep in your mind that he probably scoffed at the word. You know?
First, this is my conclusion. I wonder, and if I could talk to Caleb Williams' dad, I wondered if Caleb Williams' dad told him to read the ritual because it's online. You could literally, for any fraternity, you could go and literally read the ritual. Maybe it's a lot of people don't care, but it's really not a secret. Even what the Masons do, a lot of this stuff is really not a secret anymore. But I did not know fraternities were secret organization. I didn't know that. And I didn't know that they had to take an oath. So yeah, it's real. But like I said, they were deceived. It was deception. They got scammed. And when you get scammed, and the reason they make you pay money is because the more you're invested into it, why would you denounce something that you didn't spend 5 to 10,000? They even got to pay for their own cookouts. They even got to pay for their own community service. So at the end of the day, you guys have to understand, it's a call. It's a frat. But most of all, you got to take an oath.
Yeah.
And
so here it is, right? They'll say, oh, GMS is a cult, Hebrew Israelites, they're a cult, but they don't consider all these different D9 cult. All right, Divine Nine fraternity and sororities. These are not cults in the world, right? You know, people don't have a problem with that. You could tell people that you're part of the Divine Nine, and they'll accept you in, man. Okay, they don't look at you funny. All right, but this world, they like to flip things upside down, right? They like to make good evil and evil good, right?
when it's all said and done, first video I made, don't join a frat for cat. But it's crazy because it seems promising. It's a preordained life. If you choose this path, if you cross the burning sands, you get to be a part of these parties. You get to be a part of these network. You get to have sex with these women. It's just crazy. It's really a preordained lifestyle. The path is already set up for you. But in the process, a lot of people don't realize what they're getting into until it's too late. And 9 out of 10, that's how all scams work. It doesn't matter if you're buying a car, you're probably going to buy a car. Then, right when you take off, you realize, wow, the car headlights don't work. You realize, wow, this car doesn't have air conditioning, but you already paid the money. So, at the end of the day, that's how the D9 works. They use God as a cover up to get you closer to Satan. That's it. It's a real live call. And I don't care if Michael Jordan's a part of it. I don't care if Shaq's a part of it. At the end of the day, they took an oath and they never came out publicly and denounced the oath. And Shaq is still doing it up until this day. So with that being said, listen, let them be sons of Omega. And when you see them, don't envy their position in life. Don't envy their quote unquote Omega success, and let them be. And our thing from now on is to make sure all the future Caleb Wilsons have the information. And if people still want to go through with the ritual, and people got to understand, a ritual is a religious ceremony. So, what? Why would God have you do something in secret? Why would God have you do something in private? Exactly. So, with that being said,
the only thing you can do in private, not to say only thing, but you know, that's righteous. One of the things that you can do in private is pray unto the Lord, right? So let me grab that. When thou prayest, right? You just had it to where these, you know, really, I'm talking about you Jake Muslims, right? You black Muslims. What they call them? Fucking Nation of Islam niggas. You Nation of Islam niggas, man. Y'all the loudest when it comes to this whole was it Eid or Ramadan, whatever it is. All right, y'all be boasting in y'all shit. Like, all right, cool, y'all doing y'all thing, whatever. But the Lord is gonna kill your ass. All right, y'all turning this shit to a fashion show, and y'all wearing y'all best and drip this, drip that. Cool, we see you. Y'all thinking y'all doing something, but y'all niggas all throughout the year. And then when it comes to this, you guys are some holy people, and you women are Burj Khalifa down in the head drop, right? And then after that, you're taking it all off and doing the same fuckery all over again, right? Coppers. Matthew 6 and all right, you can do this. Yeah, I can start at start at Matthew 6 and 2. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, and they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Yeah, so if you're gonna give without a camera being recording you giving. You see what I'm saying? Just give just because. You see what I'm saying? When thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. All right, you're probably gonna get praise openly from somebody else, right? Let others praise you, right? Let others speak well of you. Let others speak highly of you, right? That's how you're supposed to move, right? And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men, right? That's what you niggas be doing. You Nation of Islam niggas be doing. Even you heathen Ishmaelites, that's what y'all be doing, grabbing your little magic carpet and praying on it and for everybody to see. Oh, look at me, I'm so righteous because I'm praying in front of people and this is what I do. Damn weirdos, man. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. The Lord don't care about all that. That's how you know you guys don't be reading the scriptures, man. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. All right, so come from private space. And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. All right. So there's certain things you can do behind the scenes in righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
To all future young men, if you go to HBCUs, and I suggest that you don't because it's a scam. It's really a scam. It's a place of indoctrination and initiation. And I mean, I'll go to a homecoming, but as far as attending the HBCU, don't go there. You're going to get brainwashed. And honestly, if you're not going to become a chemical engineer like Caleb Wilson or something of an engineer or something in STEM, don't go to college at all. It's just an initiation ground for the next sellouts, compromise, control leaders of tomorrow. And once again, rest in peace to Caleb Wilson. And like the guy said, you'll be surprised how many people are in fraternities. Yes, you're right. Because at the end of the day, they act like leaders. And notice I say act like leaders.
Exactly. Um, you would be a lot of college athletes. They're a part of fraternities and sororities. Okay, a lot of people that you see on the news, people that are reporting the news, they're part of fraternities and sororities. And what does that mean? That means that they're in the know. They have to be lesser luminaries. They don't want to just hire anybody. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying for the most part, these people are lesser luminaries. So if you are a part of one of these sororities, fraternities, it's a plus, right? They can trust you a little bit more. You can go over the oath and secrecy, and code of silence, and you understand it, so they don't really have to like train you too much into letting you understand. Okay, this is how the world works, right? But a lot of these sports newscasters, sports anchors, you name it, they're all part of this shit. They're all part of a sorority fraternity to some degree, or just a lesser luminary, or they could be a mason, right? You see what I'm saying? A lot of the people you see on TV, they have to take an oath, man. Okay, don't let them fool you. You see what I'm saying? Unless it's some real independent news channel, right? Then 9 times out of 10 they took an oath. Okay, especially these women in sports too. Because once they're done playing sports, they might go into to becoming news anchors and whatever you call them. You know, Malika Andrews. I'm not saying she was in sports, but I'm just saying they might take on the path of a Malika Andrews, but they come from a sports background, so to speak, or they played D1 college, they played D1 sports, right? And after that, right, like look at Angel Reese. She's probably, if I look it up, let me look it up. Is Angel Reese a part of a sorority? Is Angel Reese a member of a sorority? Okay. I wouldn't doubt it though. You know what I mean? But a lot of them are. But look, yeah, this proves my point. Other notable members. The WNBA does have some players who are members of sororities, such as Aja Wilson of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. All right, let's see who's bitches, who's butches. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you know, it just is what it is. These people are all, you know, they're Jake, but they sold out, right? Pretty much. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if well, she took an oath anyways, right? But it is what it is.
They act like community activists, but when it's all said and done, they look down on you. This is the most important part of the video. Lucifer comes in a form of light. So at the end of the day, they feel that they have the light and they feel that you don't have the light. So they feel that they have an opportunity to have the light and you don't have the light. So they look down on you. So my question is, before I finish this video, how can you give out turkeys to somebody that you look down on? How can you give out turkeys and talk about community service when you think you're better than the community? And I'm gonna say this again. How can you give out turkeys to people you feel you're better than? If you feel you're better than them, just stay where you're at. Stop coming to the neighborhood. Stop doing community service. But they have to because it's a part of the oath. They probably don't even want to give you turkeys, but they have to give you turkeys because it makes the organization look like they're not beating people down and they're not taking oath and they're not doing rituals of dead bones and also shedding blood with the Bible in the hand. This is what they do. And you can find this stuff all online. Just go look up the ritual for any fraternity that you're thinking about joining and trust and believe you're going to see that.
Yeah, let's get the scripture. All right, 2 Timothy. I'll start at 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. 2 Timothy 3:1. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh, okay, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And that's exactly what these divine 9 people do. All right. And if you, even when it comes to the woman, the woman in the divine 9, they make sure they look good. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them, they look good. So you see these women, and wow, you know, and you just want to be with them, and you know, they just look good, like, you know, and they just have this form of, oh yeah, they're nice and this and that and whatever. But that's just them playing their role. They everybody is playing a role. Anybody that's part of the divine 9 is playing a role. You see what I'm saying? Okay. The men are playing a role of having a form of godliness, um, charity work, right? Giving, or community service work, because they'll all do that. It's all part of the oath that they got to do to have that appearance. Even these presidents, right? They go out when they go in campaigning, and they're in the community, quote unquote, right? You see what I'm saying? They're really just conjuring up spirits though when they do that. You know, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Exactly, and that's exactly what they're doing. So they're turning you away from the Most High. They're putting themselves as gods, and then you looking up to them and thinking, "Wow, they really got it going on." You see what I'm saying? So you want to follow them, and you want to take part of their ways, and that's why they trick you. That's why this guy's talking about the scam of being part of a cult, right?
You're going to be abused. They tell you this. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if Caleb really read the ritual or if he just blindly joined, literally, following after his father's footstep. Because in every ritual, and it's crazy how Omega Sci-Fi has a haste and ritual hotline, but it's in every ritual that you're going to get hit. You're going to get tortured. It's in the ritual. So you got to stop and think. Other than woman, woman, and woman, why would somebody go through a ritual to get tortured? Easy. Because once they get tortured, they feel like, okay, now we can get the woman. But they literally tell you in the ritual that you're going to get tortured. Let it breathe.
Yeah. So with that, I'm just gonna end it off there. Lord will you're edified. We say shalom and to the next one.